Ilia Topuria, the undefeated UFC featherweight champion, has never been one to shy away from bold statements. A fighter forged through sheer determination and a relentless mindset, he has risen to the top with an unshakable belief in his own abilities. But now he is setting his sights beyond just defending his featherweight throne. He wants to do something that will shake the very foundation of the sport. He wants to fight Islam Makhachev, and he is ready to do whatever it takes to make that happen. For Topuria, this isn't just about chasing another belt or adding another championship to his resume. No, this is personal. This is about legacy. He is not content with just being the best featherweight in the world. He wants to be recognized as the greatest fighter of his generation. And what better way to prove that than by taking out the man many consider to be the most dominant force in the UFC today? Islam Makhachev, the reigning UFC lightweight champion and the protege of Khabib Nurmagomedov, has built a reputation as one of the most dangerous and well-rounded fighters in the world. His suffocating grappling, punishing top control, and ever-evolving striking have made him seemingly unstoppable. Many believe that he is carrying forward the legacy of Khabib and solidifying his place as one of the greatest lightweights in history. But Ilia Topuria is not impressed. In fact, he believes that Makhachev is not as unbeatable as people make him out to be. "I see holes in his game," Topuria has said in recent interviews. "People fear his wrestling, but they forget that this is MMA. This is not a wrestling match. This is not Sambo. This is real fighting, and when you put him against a real fighter like me, he will break." It's the kind of confidence that has made Topuria one of the most exciting rising stars in the UFC. His brutal knockouts, his ability to dictate the pace of fights, and his unshakable composure inside the octagon have made many believe that he is destined for something bigger than just the featherweight division. And now he is ready to prove that he can take on and defeat the best. But there's another reason why Topuria is so determined to fight Makhachev. He wants to break the Dagestani dominance in the UFC. For years, fighters from Dagestan have taken over the lightweight and welterweight divisions, using their wrestling-heavy style to overwhelm their opponents. From Khabib Nurmagomedov to Islam Makhachev, from Bilal Muhammad to Shavkat Rakhmonov, it has seemed like the new era of UFC belongs to the Dagestanis. But Topuria is different. He represents a new kind of fighter, one who is just as skilled, just as determined, but fights with an entirely different philosophy. He doesn't believe in grinding his way to a decision. He doesn't believe in simply controlling his opponent. He believes in finishing them. He believes in leaving no doubt. And that is exactly why he wants to take on Makhachev. But can he actually do it? Many analysts believe that Makhachev's size in wrestling would be too much for Topuria. The Dagestani has fought and dominated elite lightweights, while Topuria is still relatively new to the top level of the sport. A move up in weight class would mean dealing with stronger and more physically imposing opponents. But Topuria doesn't care about that. He has already competed at lightweight before, and he has finished fighters in that division as well. He believes that his speed, power, and fight IQ would be enough to neutralize Makhachev's wrestling and force him into deep waters where he has never been before. "The difference between me and his past opponents is that I will not back down," Topuria said. "They all fight him with fear. They are already defeated before they even step into the cage. I am not afraid of him. I will make him fight my fight, and I will show the world that he is not invincible." But will the UFC make this fight happen? For now, Topuria still has unfinished business in the featherweight division. A potential fight with Max Holloway or a title defense against Alexander Volkanovski could be in his near future. But if he continues to dominate, the UFC might have no choice but to let him move up and challenge for the lightweight belt. And if Makhachev is still holding the title when that happens, we might just witness one of the most electrifying matchups in UFC history. A fight between two warriors at the peak of their powers, fighting not just for a championship, but for a place in history.